Good morning. Welcome to the August 5th, 2021 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting. If any member of the audience wishes to speak to an item today on the agenda, there are speaker request forms to the left of the dais. Please fill out the request with the agenda number of the item you wish to speak to and hand it to the secretary. At this time, we would also like to ask that if any member of the audience has a cell phone or other electronic device, that you either turn it off or turn the ringer to silent. If you need to take a call, please step out to the hallway so the meeting is not disrupted. The public hearing on item number 1, the approval of the July 22nd Zoning Board of Adjustment minutes is opened. All right. Karen made the motion to approve the minutes. And Vince seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item number 2 is a variance to reduce a side and rear yard setback to convert an existing garage into a duplex unit. This has been on your agenda for several months. The applicant had previously requested that the item be continued to resolve an engineering design requirement for the adjacent retaining wall. That issue has been resolved, but we did receive a comment from a neighboring property owner that the applicant also has service utility lines running through their property without their permission. And the applicant is now working with that property owner to resolve that issue. So they've requested that this item be continued to your September 9th Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting with the hopes that that issue will be resolved before you hear the request. And that would be our recommendation.
Okay, Vince made the motion to continue till September 9th, and Eric Ottenbacher seconded that motion. Any discussion on the motion to continue? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I think that's our last item for Zoning Board of Adjustment, so I'd look to adjourn this meeting. If anybody? All right, Karen made the motion, and Mike Gallagher seconded that motion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All right, we will now commence the Rapid City Planning Commission meeting for August 5th, 2021. Again, if any member of the audience wishes to speak to an item on the Planning Commission agenda, there are speaker request forms on the table along the left wall. Please fill out the request with the agenda number of the item you wish to speak to and hand it to the staff seated over there. And again, if you have a cell phone or other electronic device that you still haven't turned off or turned the ringer to silent, please do so now so the meeting is not disrupted. Consent calendar. Today, items 1 through 4 have been placed on the consent calendar and may be approved as a group. Action will be taken on all consent items in accordance with staff's recommendation by a single vote. Any item may be removed from the consent calendar by any planning commissioner, staff member, or audience member for separate consideration at this time. The findings of this planning commission are recommendations to the city council. The city council will make the final decision. Are there any items 1 through 4 that staff would like removed? Any items 1 through 4 that any planning commissioner would like removed? And are there any items 1 through 4 that any audience member would like removed for separate consideration? All right, the chair would then entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 4 in accordance with staff's recommendation. All right, Mike Gallagher made that motion, and Vince seconded the motion. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5.
Thank you, Chair. This is item number 5, 21UR014. This is a conditional use permit request to allow an oversized garage. This is located on Tanager Drive. So the applicant is proposing to add an addition to this house that you see on your screen, consisting of a 760 square foot 2-car garage and a lower level storage area of up to 480 square feet. There is an existing 280 square foot shed that you see on the southeast side of the property there. And there's an existing 440 square foot attached 2-car garage. So all of that added up together is 1,960 square feet, which is in excess of the allowed 1,500 square feet, thus making the conditional use permit necessary. The property is zoned as low-density residential 1, and the future land use is low-density neighborhood. This is located on the southwest side of the city on Tanager Drive, which is a local street right here, and this is right off of Sheridan Lake Road. Here's a map of the property. There's an outline in yellow showing where the new garage will be located. And this is a floor plan of the upper level. So you can see the existing garage right here and the proposed addition right here. And this is the lower level. This will be the storage area. The applicant is proposing to use the new garage and storage area for storing household appliances, household tools, garden tools, vehicles, and they're acquiring some antique vehicles, which they plan on using the garage to restore. This is an elevation showing the building and the proposed addition. So as you can see, they're proposing to make the new garage in the same style as the existing house. They're planning to re-side the entire building as they build this addition. The existing wood siding was damaged during a hailstorm, so they're planning to redo the entire siding all at once, so it all matches. And this is what it looks like this is what they plan on having it look like from the back of the house. That door you see at the bottom will be the entrance to the storage area. And then here's some photos. I took these earlier this week. This is the house. This is looking to the east from Tanager Drive. So the garage will be off on this side here. This is the location of where the garage is proposed. So as you can see, the lot is sloping. So you'll have a street level garage and a lower level storage area. This is looking at it from the opposite direction. So this is looking towards the west. This is looking north from the location of the proposed garage. This is looking to the east from the side of the proposed garage. This is the existing shed that's already on the property. And then this is Tanager Drive looking south, looking north, and then looking west across the street. So staff is recommending approval with stipulations of this proposal. The stipulations are designed to prevent commercial uses and to ensure that the character of the neighborhood is being maintained. And again, the proposed addition will match the existing house. Are there any questions? And I'd like to point out that the applicant is present too, in case you had any questions for him.
Thank you. Kelly?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the plan, I didn't see any drawings for access route or driveway to the back. Is the intent to just use that for, garden tools, or is there actually going to be vehicles in and out along that property line?
That's what I understand, yes.
No roadway?
Fair.
Vicki?
So if Carl can go back to the elevation that shows the rear of the structure. Oh, one too many. There you go. So there is a door there, and when I saw that, I did visit with Carl about what that would be used for, because you can't drive to that storage area. But that might be where a riding lawnmower would come out, or
Small sectional
those-
door.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Good question.
Any other questions for staff or the applicant on this one? If not, I'd look for a motion. All right, Mike Gallagher made the motion to approve item 5 per staff stipulations, and Vince seconded that motion. Any more discussion on the motion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And that takes us to the end of our regular agenda today. Any staff items, discussion items today?
Mr. Chair, last time we met, we talked about whether or not we wanted to take medical cannabis to a working session. Myself, Wade, and others will be meeting on a staff working session to discuss the licensing component of it. I think when we come out of that meeting, we'll know more whether or not we need to meet with you before we bring the item forward. But at this time, I think we can present it at a planning commission meeting with a worksheet that we've kind of created that will help explain how we fell upon where these uses should be permitted, not permitted, and or conditional. Unless that licensing discussion means that we would potentially have to write into the ordinance something that limits the number, because certainly we want that to be a part of the ordinance in some fashion, similar to how we currently review for on-sale liquor. It's determined by a percentage of our population, and we're thinking that at this time that might be how we determine how many of these medical cannabis licenses get issued to. But more to come, and I believe we're meeting next week on that.
Thank you. You may not know the answer to this, but is the state considering any sort of limits along those lines, or does it look like it's going to be the local jurisdictions that set the numbers?
I'm going to defer to Wade on this. I believe it is that you have to have a minimum of 1, but Wade, if you don't mind.
Wade?
Sure. There's not, the proposed rules from the Department of Health have come out, and they're not really, they don't have any limits per se. They do have a lot of restrictions. There's some, and this has kind of gone back and forth, so I don't know where it's going to end up, but they've talked about combining 2 different types of establishment. There's 4 in the statute. In the initiated measure, there's dispensaries, there are testing facilities, there's cultivation, and there's manufacturing. Those 4 different. So there's been some talk, at least, about keeping them separate, like not allowing 2 uses in the same place. Not sure where that's going to end up. We're kind of still waiting to see a little bit about that. But.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just curious, and I know nothing's settled until it's before us. So, any other items from the Planning Commission today? All right, look for a motion to adjourn. All right, Karen made the motion. Mike Gallagher seconded it. I saw him doing it. All those in favor of adjournment, please say aye. Aye.